All right, I'm going to work this out if you needed help. So if you're going to find the maximum, minimum, and average, you need to set up some variables before you loop through all the data. So I'm going to say int sum equals 0, int max equals scores, square bracket 0, int min equals scores, square bracket 0. So again, we're setting the max and min to just the first element in the array, because we know we're going to go through all the elements, and one of those elements will be the maximum, one will be the minimum. And that's better than putting your own number in there. Like if I said, oh, well, 0 is the minimum, or 0 is the maximum, I could run into trouble depending on what the data looks like. Anyway, I'm going to do an enhanced for loop for int n in scores, and if n greater than max, max equals n. If n less than min, n equals n. So that finds the maximum and minimum, and then sum plus equals n. That adds them all up. And then right here, I can print this out, system out, println max is equal to max. And I'm going to copy, paste that, and do minimum. And average. So here, I'm going to make some parentheses. And we're going to do the average inside the parentheses. 1.0 times sum divided by scores.length. All right, if we run this, we should get the output that I have down below. 99, 76, 98.8. All right, and then there's also an optional extra credit to find and report the mode. The mode is the value that occurs the most times in the array. So just for kicks, I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to make an array that has 100 spots in it, and keep track of how many of each number from up here we see. So int array count equals new int 100. And I'm doing 100, not, I know our minimum is 76 and max is 99, but if I do a 100 element array, it goes from 0 to 99. And that's really nice because my max is 99, my minimum is well below, well above 0, but it's easier. You'll see what's up here. All I have to do here is say count n plus plus. So when n is equal to 99, it adds 1 to element 99 of this array. The array starts out with all the elements being 0. And this way, I'm counting how many of each one I found. And so just for kicks, I'm going to show you all the elements in this array. Int n count system.out.print n plus, because this is going to give me all the numbers. Here's 100 elements, and you can see right now here's one that's bigger than the rest, but we're going to do it. But anyway, you can see how 0 through 75 weren't found, but then there was 176 and so on. So we're going to delete this printout of that because that wasn't what I asked you to do. I asked you to tell me what the mode was. So we're going to go through that array count. I'm going to do, it's kind of like we're finding the maximum again. We are finding the maximum again. And I think what I'm going to do is just say, check out what element it is. Yeah, I'm going to start with, I'm just saying, hey, the one that occurs the most times is element 0. So now we're going to do a regular for loop. Int I equals 0, I less than count dot length plus plus. And now I'm going to say if count I is greater than count mode, and mode equals I. So this is going to go through the list and figure out which one has the biggest number. And I'm not keeping track of the biggest number itself. I'm keeping track of which slot it's in. That's why I set mode equal to 0. So we were just saying, hey, I think item 0 is the one that happens the most. But it's going to run through this whole thing, and it's going to find the 7, and it's going to know that that's at number 95. Because I saw down here. And so right after this whole thing, we can print this out. Mode is plus it's that number which occurs count mode. So this should do it. Let's see. Yep. So that's food for thought. Hopefully my explanation was good enough, but look it over and try to figure out what's going on if it didn't help. But I guess you can get the extra credit even if you don't understand. Anyway, there you go.